Okay, following up on the Prancer robot, which I did in a two-part series. Basically, it was a $40 challenge to see if I could make a programmable robot that could prance in place like all the early big dogs and spot bots did. I thought it was kind of comical to look at. And it's going to use the 9G servos, the standard 9Gs, which you buy for about $1.80 a piece. So you don't get a lot of speed and you don't get a lot of torque or power. Anyway, I'll put a link to this video down below in case you don't remember it. But I wanted to take the same design parts, the legs and the main part of the body, and turn it into a standing robot and see if I could make it prance in place. So initially, the two lower part of the legs, which you can see now have like skate feet on them, ratchet feet. Initially I had these feet on there, and actually I guess you would aim them toward the inside to offset the weight of the robot more, like so. Hopefully that's on camera, can't really tell. Maybe I should aim it down just a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to move this guy up here, get that out of the way. So initially I had those on there, and I was able to program it so that it could lift a foot and put it back down fast enough without falling over. But frankly, I didn't find it that entertaining or that much fun. It wasn't super cool. So then I decided, well, I've already got this thing built. Why don't I just change the feet out for some inline skates, or ratchet feet, if you will. You got the double ratchets front and rear, and just see what kind of movement I could get out of it. And of course, it's got little like dinosaur type arms, which are on their own servos. The size of the head was based on all of the wires from the 4 servos are quite long. You know, that all has to be bundled up somewhere, so it's all wadded up inside the head. And of course, there's the Pololu 6-channel Mini Maestro up there, which is what is programmed for the routine I'm going to have it do. The only thing I didn't think about adding to the routine was, after I had it walking and everything, and the arms moving and the eyes changing colors and all that, I should have put in the hop step, because on its own I didn't find that entertaining, but it might have been a cool addition to the program. I didn't think about that till just when I started shooting this video. And initially I also made the feet a little bit longer, because you've got the weight of that big 4-pack of pen lights in here in the body. And I thought, okay, I'll have it go into a complete squat position, sort of like a sumo wrestler type position like that. But as I was thinking that would be cool, and I was designing the feet and everything to do that, I totally forgot, that even on here I learned that those 9G servos simply do not have enough power with this particular mechanical design to lift the weight of those 4 penlight batteries, which adds up to being quite a bit of weight. Because that would have been kind of cool. I could have went into that stance and rocked one foot and had them rock back and forth like the sumos do, and then raise the arms up in the air and stuff like that. And yeah, just didn't happen, because once it gets down on that squat position, the little servos, which are just up here in the hips, simply don't quite have the oomph that it takes to get back up here. So most of the action takes place in a standing position, and then to move forward you would move it a little bit, and of course you don't want to move it too much, because every time you move one you're going to tip the robot more and more, and you don't want it getting unstable. So basic functions, well, let's get back here, and the on-off switch is up in the chest here. To get into the battery pack, there's 2 screws on the back, on the shoulder, and 2 screws in the front, and that would lift this out of the way. And then the battery pack lifts up out of the body. Now the top of the head has 2 screws which you can take off to get into the Pololu to do programming. So this is the basic little routine that I wrote just for the fun of it, to see what it could do. And it's just looping the routine. I mean, it could have moved the arms any way you want, together or separate, and change the eye colors anytime you want. And you can see it walks along pretty good. And that's basically all I have it programmed to do. So it was just a continuation of this challenge that I had made for myself. And again, wanting to stay very close to 40 bucks. Because in this case, there's 4 servos, and this guy had 6 servos. So this is even cheaper. I mean, you get your Polo probably closer to $32 or so into this one. But it was just a fun project. Didn't really have any point. Thought I'd share it with you now that I've done it. I don't need to do it again.